Hope this finds you well. So, Trump is basically trying to continue or preserve what's left of the American empire, but he is only quickening or hastening its demise. And that's for a number of reasons. So, if he was actually wanting to preserve or continue to uplift the, let's say, economy in the United States, he wouldn't trying to be, or his actions are leading to the United States being further and further isolated from some of its biggest trading partners like Canada, Mexico, China. So Trump, his worldview is not based in reality. He's kind of going about it from a very delusional perspective, and as a result, the decisions his administration is making, is only going to quicken the demise of the U.S. empire, because they're not, as Lenin would say, they're not, using or having a concrete analysis of the concrete conditions, because frankly they don't want to come to grips that the U.S. empire is no longer the sole superpower in the world. It's not the early 90s, it's not the early 2000s. China is the world's largest economy, or thereabouts, if you measure by purchasing power parity. You have organizations like the BRICS, which the actions of this administration are just going to further strengthen alliances like that. But again, it's hard for people to come to grips with reality sometimes, and I think that's the case with Trump here. The whole MAGA movement is not based in reality. Trump is talking about bringing back manufacturing jobs, wanting to reindustrialize the country, while still also keeping the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. Those are contradictory aims. In order to reindustrialize the United States would need to devalue the dollar to make US exports more economically viable, right? Because other countries aren't going to want to import US goods if they are prohibitively expensive. So in order to make that a more attractive, more economically viable perspective, you would need to devalue the dollar. If you devalue the dollar, it's not going to remain the world's reserve currency. So again, just a whole lot of contradictions from the Trump administration. And instead of coming to terms with the objective reality of the situation, that the empire is in deep decline, and figuring out ways to slow down that decline, trying to build more partnerships, more diplomacy, getting rid of embargoes and sanctions, and spending money on the peace economy, dismantling the war machine, investing it in peaceful initiatives here and abroad, things that would actually strengthen the country, make it safer, improve the conditions for the ruling class, or I should say the working class. So it was a Freudian slip, because Trump and his ilk obviously only govern with the interest of the ruling class, the billionaire class, in mind. So a whole lot of contradictions in this shit. Makes me think of that Sopranos meme with I forgot the character, the bigger dude, something about the porta potty, but in this context. So again, you can try to argue that what I'm saying isn't correct, but you would be wrong. And unfortunately, a lot of diehard liberals, diehard conservatives people that vote blue no matter who, or red no matter what, they're not able to actually have a objective analysis of the world, of the politicians that they support, and as a result of that, they end up supporting things that actually go against their own self-interest. So do yourself a favor, take off the rose-colored glasses and actually see the world for what it is and not what people tell you it is. Do yourself a favor.